Today for our writing lesson we are going to be looking all about Scots language and you're going to be writing a little bit about yourself using Scots. Now before we start I will warn you, obviously I am not Scottish, so feel free to laugh at my attempts to pronounce lots of these different words. I'm sure you will be a lot better than I am. So Scots is one of 3 native languages spoken in Scotland. So there's also English and then there's Scottish Gaelic, which is the Gaelic they would speak in a Gaelic school. Scots has got many different dialects and some of these are shown here. So the history of the Scots language. Scots has been spoken in Scotland for many centuries and was once the dominant language of Scotland, spoken by Scottish kings and queens. And you'll actually see when we look at them that Mary Queen of Scots used to write her letters in Scots. It was more of an old-fashioned form of Scots, but that was how she would write her letters in Scots language. It's still spoken today in parts of the east and south of Scotland and the Orkney and Shetland Islands. And there's lots and lots of Scots words that you might find that you use quite often or hear quite often. Some Scots sayings are still popular and used today, even in parts of the country that we don't commonly speak Scots, like Central Belt or even Dumfries. So you can see here, these are all the different parts of Scotland. So the reason we are looking at Scots at the moment is because on Monday it is Burns Day. So we're going to do a little bit of work on Monday about Robert Burns, and we will do some more literacy work this week looking at some of Robert Burns' poems as well. So he was a Scottish poet from Ayrshire. He lived over 250 years ago. Much of his work is written in Scots language and it can be famous all over the world. Many people would say he's the most popular and well-known Scots poet, and Auld Lang Syne is one of his most famous poems and it's always sung at Hogmanay, and that's all over the world, not just Scotland. Lots of people in Scotland have written poems, songs and rhymes in Scots throughout history, and a lot of them have been passed down through families. Can you guess what some of these famous Scots poems, songs and rhymes are? So think back to ones you've learned before, see if you can think of any. So here are some examples that you might have seen: a dug, a sair finger, a skinny malinky, Kilter's candy, to a moose, and Auld Lang Syne. Do you ken Scots? Away and gie a good try. So that was my best try at speaking Scots, but again I'm sure you're all having a good laugh at my attempts at speaking Scots. Okay, you can see we've got all the words on the screen there. So now what I would like you to do is pause the video and try and think of the English translation or the meaning of those words. Okay, so we've got a boot, about, child, old, bairn, child, bonny, pretty, braw, good, crabbit, grumpy or bad tempered, dug, dog, greet, cry, hame, home, held, hold, ken, know, and sleek it, sneaky. So on the screen now you will see there are some Scots sayings, and these are quite popular even if people don't speak Scots in their day-to-day life. So have a read of them, pause the video and try and translate them into English or explain what they mean. So take a minute to do that now. Okay, hopefully you have got a definition for all of those, so let's go through them. First one, what's for you'll no go by you, whatever is meant to happen will be, or whatever will be, will be. Next one, lang may your lum reek, may you live long and stay well. Keep the heat, stay calm, hide your weisht, be quiet, gie it loudy, give it all you've got. Haste you back, come back soon or return soon. It's a dreek day, it's a miserable wet day, and finally, my head's looping, my head is sore. So hopefully you got some or all of those correct and weren't laughing too much at how I was saying them.
So P6,
I might not be doing a very good job at speaking Scots with my funny accent, but I have got my tartan on for the occasion. So your first task today is to look at the little Scots glossary that I have sent you. It's got 40 Scots words on it, and I want you to try and translate them into English for me as best you can. So go through and do the ones that you can do. Any that you don't know, there's a website on the document and you can go and use that as a Scots dictionary, or if you've got a Scots dictionary at home, you could use that as well, or ask people at home because they might be able to help you. Once you've done that, I have got a little bit of a writing task for you, but I have decided to call in reinforcements so that you can hear it spoken properly in Scots. So I've got a little video from Mrs. Green explaining what your writing task for today is.
Good morning everyone. Here's a little task that I've got for you from Miss Woods. So it's me, mysel. So you write about yourself in Scots. Use the examples here to guide you, and there's a word list below in case you need some more help. So here's the first example. I'm called Connor. I'm 9-year-old. I hae short brown hair. My een are blue, and I hae a wee neb and wee lugs. I hae abide in a village. My father is a policeman and my mother is a nurse. I hae a big brother and sister, and I like to play football.